Hello and welcome to Children's Time. Today we're going to learn a little bit about the early church, so the early followers of Jesus, and how they did that, how they followed Jesus. And we're going to learn this story from the book of Acts, which is found in the Bible. And we're going to look at the book of Acts, chapter 2, verses 42 through 47. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and fellowship, to the breaking of bread and the prayers. Awe came upon everyone, because many wonders and signs were being done by the apostles. All who believed were together and had all things in common. They would sell their possessions and goods and distribute the proceeds to all, as any had need. Day by day, as they spent much time together in the temple, they broke bread at home and ate their food with glad and generous hearts, praising God and having goodwill of all the people. And day by day, the Lord added to their number those who were being saved. So this story talks a little bit about how the followers of Jesus in the early days of the church lived out their lives following Jesus, following his teachings and his example and the way he lived his life. And those are things that we can do today. Even you, if you're a little bit smaller, if you're not quite an adult yet, you still can be the church. You still can share God's love and kindness with all those around you and with those in your communities, just like the early church did. The early church saw Jesus give people food when they were hungry. They saw Jesus welcome strangers and eat with people who others didn't even want to associate with. And you can do that too in your own way, through different ways of reaching out. So some of those ways, especially right now, what we can do is if we're out in public, we can wear masks. This is my mask. It has little puppies on it. And so if you're out in public, you can just wear a mask. And that way, it keeps you and other people safe. And that's a good thing we can do. We can also pray for people. So if you've noticed your brother or your sister, or maybe your mom and dad, maybe they're sad or worried or a little scared right now, you can pray for them. You can even ask them if they want you to pray for them and pray with them. And there, you just can say a very simple prayer to God and ask for God to be with them and to help them not be so scared or worried or sad or whatever is going on with them. You can pray for others in your community. You can pray for your grandparents or for nurses or doctors or for people who work in the grocery stores. For just anyone who comes to your mind that you think could use an extra prayer, you can pray for them. You can save some of the money you earn. Maybe you do chores or get an allowance, or maybe you have a job, and you can save some of that money and put it aside and ask your parents to buy some food for a local food pantry. And that way that helps to give food to people who don't have the money to buy it right now. You can also just share God's love and kindness in any way you can think of. One other way is that if you like to color or draw or make cards, you can do that for people in nursing homes or for people who live alone, who you think might be a little bit lonely right now. Send them a card or a drawing or a coloring or whatever you like to do creatively, and I'm sure it will lift their spirits. So as you go through this week, I just encourage you to look for ways to show the kindness that Jesus shows as you try and reach out in love and kindness to those around you. And I will put in the video description a link to some activities and a little Bible study about this passage in Acts, and there's some coloring sheets there too. And we will close in prayer. So pray with me. Dear God, thank you that we can be the church. Help us to show God's love and kindness to all those around us. Be with us And thank you for loving us always. Amen. Well, have a great week this week, and I'll see you back here next week.